minute, y'all, but I'm back. All right, we're live, and it's not Memorex, I promise. So, we're recording on Zoom. We are recording on the Task Cam. I'm live on Facebook, and I am live on IG for the first time today. And guess what? A couple of weeks done gone by, a few weeks done gone by. It ain't been a whole month, y'all. But before 2020 is out of here, for the last time in 2020, you all are officially rolling with Rams. Hey, gotta love it. Oh, man. Man, I'm telling you. Wow. Whew, feels good. Hi, everybody out there in IG land. I see you. Man, look, Jamie, you are definitely rolling with Ramsey. She says she like my facial hair, you know. I'm just trying something new. I'm on the struggle bus with this thing, I'll tell y'all. I see you, Marvin. Hey, Marvin, can you hear me okay on IG? If you can, give me a thumbs up, brother. I appreciate you. But we're I mean, tell me, man. Wow. I appreciate everybody who's checking up on me in the month of December when I was a little bit absent, okay? Man, whew. I can tell you that it is definitely one of those things. One more time, Marvin, I see you. Give me a thumbs up, brother, if you can hear me on IG. So if you can hear me on IG, shoot me some hearts or give me a thumbs up, let me know. There you go. I appreciate you, brother. Man, December, what a month. Crazy month. All I can tell you is I want to say it once again. I want to thank everybody that was checking on me on the month of December. I was on a roller coaster ride, guys. Man, I was definitely rolling, but I wasn't rolling in the big cat, rolling with Ramsey. We were just, whew, when I tell you, I was on the roller coaster ride of things. I was definitely on the roller coaster ride of making things happen. I had to take care of some business with my house, and that turned out, I don't want to say to be a nightmare, but what it did turn out to be a blessing because it allowed me to check up on it, take care of some things, and make sure that everything was okay with it. And the house that I rent down in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I got a new tenant in, I got a new property manager. They're doing a wonderful job. If you're down in that area and you have a home down in Fayetteville, North Carolina that you need to rent, I'm telling you right now, you need to check out At Home Realty, At Home Property Management. They do a phenomenal job. Tanya and Isabella, they are top-notch, A++, get all the thumbs up, okays. They're doing a wonderful job, and I'm very thankful for that. But I had a lot of unexpected expenses, so you guys know what it's like when, before you know it, you're having to spend money you didn't realize you were going to have to spend, and it was right before the holidays, and whew, man, it was a lot. It was a lot. But the good man upstairs says he won't put any more on you than you can bear. And so I was able to get everything taken care of, get new renters, and to be able to feel good once again about who's managing my property and making sure that that's taken care of. Now, that being said, that wasn't it, y'all. Man, December was definitely one of those things where you're like, okay, what's really going on? For all you all that always ask about Dad is, man, Charles Sr. is hanging in there. When I tell you he's hanging in there, this man is 92 years young, and he is living his best life. I'm so blessed to still have him. To see his smile on a daily basis is a wonderful thing. You couldn't ask for anything better. So for those that were checking up on him, hey, many blessings to all of you. I really appreciate that as well. It was just awesome, you know, to have my father, to be able to give him a hug and a kiss every day still is a wonderful thing. My mother, may she rest in peace. Not a day goes by that I do not miss Dr. Gloria B. Ramsey. She is phenomenal to this day, the smartest and most intelligent woman I've ever known. And I know that she is keeping a watchful eye on all of the Ramsey family, and particularly her baby boy, her son. And so, man, shout out to Mom up in heaven. She's walking those streets of gold. But guess what, y'all? 2020 is almost over. But what a year we have had. When I tell you what a year we've had, whoo, man, 2020, what can I say? If I go back to recap 2020, the year started, if I go back all the way back to January, came into 2020 with a really good outlook of how I wanted things to be and the goals that I'd set for myself. And that is something that each and every one of you should be doing. I'm not talking about these New Year's resolutions that we write out. I'm going to go to the gym more. I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to try to eat healthier. No, I'm talking about really sitting down and writing out some obtainable goals to better your life. Some real foundational things, like I'm going to budget my money better, or I'm going to try to save and buy a piece of property, or I'm going to look at investing. Just something, a foundational change that can help your overall daily and monthly operation and how you move through this, how you move through this life, this thing that we call life. Making your goals are effective, but I also believe in making obtainable goals. So make some small ones that you can reach out and touch, and then make some big ones that require a little bit more work. Doing that always helps. Man, so in January, started out good. February, oh my gosh, February of 2020, what happened? Well, my little brother from another mother, the artist you all know is QB Smith, who is the audio engineer of Rolling with Ramsey. He got married in February. So a mad shout out to QB Smith, and a huge, loving, big hug shout out to his wife, Mackenzie Smith. And guess what, guys? They have a son now, QB Smith Jr. And I'm telling you, every time I see him, he just brings joy, puts a smile on my face. Just to hear him and just to see them interacting with him is truly a blessing. And so they got married in February. Hey, and they made a baby. That's what married folks do. In March, what did I do in March? In March, I went on a golf trip with my buddies from a group that we call UBI, a group of us that get together, and we go on a golf trip. Every year we take a golf trip. We go someplace different. And this trip that we went on this year, we were down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And guess what, guys? We were down there right as COVID was ramping up. Right when they were really starting to shut things down. I was in Fort Lauderdale with a phenomenal group of guys playing golf like we do every year. Just breaking bread with some really good brothers. And just having a good time. Just really having a good time. Shout out to those folks that are out there on Instagram. You all are rolling with Ramsey, by the way. And it was just a blessing. Now, COVID hits. Everything shuts down. Rolling with Ramsey, we're bringing it to life. We start rolling. We start doing the podcast in March, just preparing and getting everything together. And we start making it do what it do. I see you. That's my boy right there. Reed, I see you on IG. You rolling with Ramsey, brother. And Gina, I see you on Facebook. Man, it's winter. You are rolling with Ramsey. That's what I'm talking about. And I will tell you, it is so everything shuts down, COVID, and we're introduced to this new thing called quarantine and the coronavirus and COVID-19. And this is in March. And I'm going to fast forward because I was talking about being in Fort Lauderdale with my golfing group. Well, I believe right now that all of us has had someone that we've known that has had the coronavirus, has the coronavirus, who has passed away from the coronavirus. And a gentleman that was a part of my golf group that I golfed with in Fort Lauderdale back in March by the name of Brian Garland, a.k.a. BG, he passed away from COVID-19. I'm telling you, it rocked us. We had a Zoom call just to, share memories that we've had with BG, because that's what we called him, BG. He was we called him the 150 hitter, 150 quitter, because he could drive he had the prettiest swing and the straightest drive you'd ever seen for 150 yards, y'all. Oh, it was just pure, but it wasn't going no fifth farther than 150. And I know BG is up there in heaven, and he is laughing right about now at me because this brother had the biggest heart. I'm telling you, he had the biggest heart, would do anything for anyone. And we lost him to COVID. We lost BG. And so next year, you're absolutely right, Gina, COVID-19 is killing so many people. So next March, I'm praying, since the rollout of the vaccine, we'll get that in a minute. I'm praying that we'll be able to have our trip. We're supposed to be going to Tampa this upcoming year. But to be honest with you, the trip's not going to be the same. It's not, because BG's not going to be there. It's just not going to be there. So it's going to be we're going to have a good time. I'm sure that if we're able to go, that we're going to laugh, we're going to joke, but it is just not going to be the same. We've already renamed the trophy that we pass out for the person who wins our tournament, the Brian Garland Championship Trophy, but we'd much rather have Brian with us, golfing with us. So for anybody who thinks that COVID isn't real, I've lost a true close friend. I mean, right next to me. It's touched folks right next to me. I've known people that have had it, and have recovered. But as you know, I've known somebody that was lost. So that's March. April, guess what? We're on quarantine. We're locked down. The country is being locked down. Kids are being taken out of school. The NBA stops playing. All sports stop playing in and shut down. Baseball, basketball, you name it. We barely had the Super Bowl. But shortly thereafter, we were doing a whole new thing and trying to figure out this thing called the coronavirus. And to be honest with you, I think that we all were a little scared. We were a little afraid, not sure of what was going to happen, what was going to take place, or if we were going to be able to get a handle on it. Listen, I give credit where credit is due. And then, I shut doors where I need to shut doors. The Trump administration, they started the coronavirus task force. Whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, they did start a task force. And they were able to start what we would later know as Operation Warp Speed, and trying to get the different pharmaceutical companies and partnering with them in tech and so forth to focus 100% on trying to find a vaccine for this virus. And we know that we have 2 that have been approved here in the United States. That's the Pfizer vaccine, and I think the other one is called the Moderna vaccine, when people are already being vaccinated. And I will state this for the record here right on my podcast once again. I've done it before, and I'm going to do it again. When the vaccine is available to me, I will be taking it. For everyone in the African American community and any community of color, or anybody who may be skeptical of the vaccine, I'm telling you right now, I'll take my phone with me. I'll record it. I'll make sure that I'm live. I'm going to make sure that I get the vaccine, and then you all can observe me as I get either, part 1 and part 2. I want us to be able to get back to a sense of normalcy. I want to be able to go to the movies. I want to be able to really sit down and enjoy my food and break bread with people. Frankly, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we're all a little shook out shook out, or what I'm trying to say. I think we're all a little tuckered out, a little tired, zoomed out, for that matter. We want to be able to give a person a hug, reach out, put our hands on them. That's what we want to be able to do. Man, y'all don't know, I'm looking at IG too, and my boy, my room dog is what he said. He said, love you, room dog. That's my boy, Timothy Reed. He was my first roommate in the United States Army. Man, we friends battle for life. 14 Sierra, sure red. Firing that Stinger missile from our shoulders, using that Avenger missile system, weapon system, the Avenger weapon system. It's a Humvee mounted 360-degree, two missile pod turrets, holds 8 Stinger missiles, 50 cal machine gun on the side. What I'm telling you, we wasn't nothing to mess with. Air defense, ADA all the way, death from below. And guess what? That brother that I'm talking to on IG, Reed, woo, it runs through his blood and his veins because he's an instructor, and he's been an instructor for a while at the 14 Sierra school, teaching young soldiers how to do that job effectively, properly. I'm telling you, that's a bad dude right there. Love you, bruh. Love you too. But I want to get back to a sense of normalcy. I really do. I want us to be able to get back to enjoying the things that we want to enjoy. But I think we just want to really be able to get back to where we can reach out, give a person a hug, tell them that I love you, I miss you, I see you, I need you in my life, and appreciate things. Because if one thing the coronavirus has done for us, it has taught us to appreciate one another. It has taught us to appreciate the little things more and more. Now, guess what? You all know Rolling with Ramsey. I do this podcast from my 2019 Tiffin Allegro 34 PA. Come on now. Open road. Love my motor coach. Rolling with Ramsey is about having healthy conversations with people from different backgrounds. It doesn't matter, and bringing them together to have these healthy conversations, whether we agree with each other or not. That's the beauty of Rolling with Ramsey. But I love my RV family. And what we found out in the midst of the coronavirus, in the midst of this virus, we were living the #1 lifestyle, the RV lifestyle. We got everything we need with us. We were still able to go to RV parks, socially distance, and enjoy Mother Nature. That's the lifestyle we live. I'm telling you, people ask me all the time, so why do you have a motor coach? I said, so that I can chase the sun, because I do not like being cold. So I want to chase the sun as much as I can. But the beauty of it is, I want to be able to see the United States of America. I want to ride the highways and byways and just see different things. Get out, see the Grand Canyon up close and personal. See the rock formations in Utah and in Arizona. See the redwoods in California. Ride the Pacific Coast Highway. Come across the Midwest. See Mount Rushmore. See Old Faithful. Come on, the geyser. See the warm springs. The United States of America, we have so many different things that we have to offer that, guess what? Sometimes taking a plane is not the best way to go. If you can drive and just take your time and appreciate our country, man, it's a beautiful thing. Remember, back in the day before airplane travel took over, what was the song? Get your kicks on Route 66. Hey, what did he say? If you know you gonna travel west. Hey, come on now. People used to roll. Get on the highway and roll and just see things. And the beauty of being in our motor coach, that's what we do. So if I see a golf course while I'm driving, I'm like, man, that's a good looking course. If I really want to play, I can stop and play. If it gets too late, find me a spot, spend the night, wake up the next day, keep on rolling. If I see the world's largest ball of string and I want to stop, I can stop and appreciate it and not be worried about, oh my gosh, I got to rush to get here, I got to rush to get there. So those are just some of the things about the RV lifestyle that I love. And I love the fact that our neighbors are everywhere. Haven't been to one place, RV camp, or in a situation where whether it's an RV camp, whether it's a resort, where everybody wasn't friendly. Hey, where you coming? Where you going? This is what we're doing. If you have some questions or things you want to know, the community is a blessing. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been following Rolling with Ramsey, my RV family that's following me. I haven't forgotten about any of you guys. I'm telling you, I'm doing some upgrades, some things that I'm going to be putting out in 2021. Oh, man. I bought a 2007 Jeep Wrangler as a project to pull behind the big cat. And we're making some modifications on that. So I'm going to have some episodes where we're doing some modifications on the Jeep and preparing to have it as what we effectively call in the RV community as a toad. The tow vehicle is called a toad. And so I can't wait for that. And just to be able to get out and travel and go some different places in 2021, it's going to be a wonderful thing. But we kept on moving through 2020. And guess what? It's an election year. So we had the primaries, we had all that stuff, and the general, breaking it down and getting ready and getting prepared for the general election that will eventually be had between Vice President Joe Biden and President Donald J. Trump. Now I'm going to tell you, I encouraged everyone to get out and vote, no matter who you were deciding to vote for. I told everybody that even though I do not support President Trump, I don't hate I don't hate anyone who does. That's the beauty of our country. You have the right to support who you want to support politically. I believe in having factual conversations. I believe in having conversations where we can discuss things in a healthy manner. And that's what my podcast is all about. And I think I told you guys a story about how when I was down having some warranty work done, that I was able to break bread and have lunch with a couple who supported Trump. And they took me to lunch. And we had a wonderful time. They were wonderful people and had a great time. But that being said, the election happened, and we don't need to recap the election and how we had to go through so many changes to get to this point to where we are. What I'll say is democracy happened. Democracy took place. We elected a new incoming president, President-elect Joe Biden, and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And so I think the country is ready for change, to get back to what I like to just say, basic governing. And right now, we are forgetting about some people because the ripple effects of the coronavirus, is no joke. And what I mean by that is that, guys, there are people who are hungry right now. People who never before thought they would have to get in line at a food bank and try to feed their family in that manner. People have lost their jobs. People are worried about being evicted, but not knowing where your next meal is going to come from. We can do better. The government is supposed to not let this happen. And all I'm going to say is, let's hold our elected officials accountable and make them do their jobs, no matter who they are. Republican, Democrat, Independent, it does not matter. I'm asking each and every one of you to hold them accountable and have them do their job. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. But it is going to bring us together to be closer. And so I'm a challenge all of you who are listening or who may be watching later when this show gets uploaded to YouTube. If you're out at the grocery store, whether it's a quick run out or whatever, and you're in line, if possible, hear what I'm telling you. If you can afford, I'm not telling anybody to do anything that they're not in a position to do. But if you can, bless the person in front of you by paying for their groceries. Now listen, some people got big banks, some people got small banks. But even if it's a simple, I don't even say if you can't pay for it all, even if you put something on it. Hey, I just want to help this person and put $10 towards their groceries. Here you go. I want to put $20 toward their groceries, or I want to pay for them all. Let's try to pay it forward. Let's get back to appreciating and loving and caring for each other, for one another. Let's remember what that's like. Because at the end of the day, we've got to take care of each other. Oh, man. We've got to take care of each other. So whether it be volunteering at different programs if you can, but thinking about the people who are hurting. And when I say the ripple effects are massive, they are massive because guess what? Kids are not in school. They've got to go to daycare. Well, daycare may have closed, but if their daycare is still open, you still got to be able to pay for daycare. You can't pay for daycare because your place where you were employed has shut down due to the coronavirus. Or it's hard for you to keep your job because you can't leave your child at home alone. These are the things that people are still dealing with right now. No jobs. No jobs, trying to figure out where their meal's going to come from, how they're going to feed their family, how they're going to not be evicted, how they're going to pay their rent or their mortgage for that matter. These are things that are happening right now. And what we need is we need true leadership to help bring us back from this. That goes back to me talking about telling you guys that I will get vaccinated when the vaccine is available to me so that businesses can open back up, people can go back to work, and then people can once again be in a position to take care of their families. Because that's what we need to happen. The positive thing that's happening right now is that the vaccines, the 2 that have been approved, they're being rolled out. People are getting vaccinated every day. I talked to a battle buddy of mine who is a nurse in the United States Army, and she's down on Fort Bragg, and she got the vaccine yesterday. She got her first shot yesterday. And so she'll have to go back 21 days later to complete, to have the complete series. But she got it. And yes, she's an African-American woman. She's a black woman. She got the shot. So I encourage everyone to do that. I know there's a few people watching on IG as well as Facebook. Tell me about some of the things that you all have had to deal with, some of the things that are important to you guys that you all want to bring up right here as we're talking about 2020 as we're getting ready to roll into 2021. Don't forget, it's, man, come on. Y'all know what it is. It's December 30th, and you all are rolling with Ramsey, where it's the year-end recap. I just want to thank everyone. I'm back up on the net. We are rolling with Ramsey. You got to love it because guess what? I can say it every week, and I'm going to continue to say it. I love each and every one of you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. That's the beauty of it all. Man. 2020. Whew. The funny thing is when we go to the doctor, we say, guess what? We want to have 2020 vision. We want to be able to see things clear. Well, man, we were seeing things clear in 2020, and then they got kind of cloudy. But our vision is starting to clear back up. We got a vaccine. We've elected a new president that will be inaugurated next month. We're going to try to get back to governing And right now we're waiting for these senators, our congressmen and senators, to see if they can approve this stimulus package that's going to, whether it be $600, $2,000, you name it. I know that there are people out there who desperately need it. So let's make sure that we get that done. Let's continue to hold our elected officials accountable. That's what's important. Let's get back to taking care of one another, our fellow man, our fellow woman, and making sure that they are doing okay. Make sure you're checking on people. My heart goes out to Nashville, Tennessee. My heart goes out to Nashville. The person that blew that bomb up was killed in the explosion. But the area, thank God, no one died. But we were already dealing with the coronavirus and the effects of businesses trying to stay open. And those businesses that got destroyed in that explosion, God bless each and every one of the owners, all of the employees. We're praying for Nashville. We're praying for you guys. We really are. We got some friends. Roland Ramsey's got some friends in Nashville. We know that they're okay, but we're praying for y'all. We really are. Nashville's strong. I know y'all gonna be okay. This too shall pass. We'll recover from this as well. But just think about how different we operate right about now. I want y'all to think about that. Who'd have thought we would have a mask on? But guess what? When I wear my mask, I'm protecting each and every one of you from me. I'm protecting y'all from me. I'm protecting you all from me. And when you wear your mask, you're protecting you from me. And so until we've been informed or instructed that we can't wear a mask when we're out, we need to make sure that we're continuing to wear our mask, continuing to make sure that we are following the guidelines, the social distancing guidelines on how many people that we bring together. If we're having to get together, which I'm sure is very small if that's the case. And if you are having to get together and it's in person, if you can, make sure everybody gets tested if possible, if you can. And just following those rules. Make sure that we're 6 feet apart from one another when we're in the store. Just do your part as much as you can. But 2021 is a couple of days away. Not too far. A couple of days away. One more day. 2021 will be here. And when I tell you, I think we all going to breathe a big sigh of relief. We're going to exhale, so to speak. I don't know about y'all, but I know I am. I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to give God thanks, and I'm going to get down on my knees, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to ask him to carry not only myself and my family, my friends, and my loved ones, but just carry the whole nation and the country into 2021 with unity so that we can be unified and come back together, because we are the United States of America, not the divided states of America, the United States of America. And just because we may have some fundamental differences on one or two things, guess what? That's okay. That's perfectly okay. My man Forrest, I see you. You rolling with Ramsey. First day of doing this on IG, brother. I'm on IG and Facebook at the same time. I appreciate you for tuning in. But we're the United States of America, not the divided states of America. So that's how we want to walk in to 2021. We want to walk into 2021 together, hand in hand, all about unity. Because guess what? A house divided will not stand. So we got to come together. It's okay. We may not have the same political beliefs. You may be a Democrat. I may be a Republican. I may be a independent. You may be a Democrat. We still got to come together. We've got to come together, and we've got to come together with love, and we've got to try to make sure that we are operating in love so that we can get back on track. Because guess what? We are clearly not on track, but we're getting there slowly but surely. It's like that little train. I think I can. I think I can. We can do this, y'all. We can do this. We can. We can do this. Positive things that took place. The NBA was able to figure out a way to create a bubble, is what they called it, so that we could see some basketball, which was much needed at the time. Oh, we were so happy when basketball came back. It gave us something to watch. It just gave us a chance to break from the monotony. It really did. It really did. So I was thankful. I was happy. I don't know about y'all, but I was happy when basketball came back. Baseball managed to come back. Whew. They was hurting for a minute, for a little bit there. They was, man, baseball was struggling, but they managed to hang in there. And the NFL came back, and they have not skipped a beat. And so we're trying to learn how to manage, operate, and have some things that we're used to seeing and having. But now we want it all in 2021, right? We want to be able to go to the arena and watch the game, whether it be college basketball or NFL, whether it be college football or the NFL or the NBA or NHL. We want to be able to do that, baseball. So all comes back to being able to say, hey, take the vaccine. Be confident in taking it. Be confident in our scientists and know that they have checked it out and made sure it's okay to help us get back to a sense of normalcy, because that's what's important, to be able to get our kids back in school, to be able to get them to, because you all think about this. Our kids have not been in school. We talk about social distancing. We know that growing up and being in school and socializing in school is a part of the a part of maturing. A part of learning some different life lessons happens in the social interactions that happens in school. Kids need that. So to all the senior class of 2020, I wish we could go back and get a do-over, but I'm proud of each and every one of you. I see you, my main man, Brother Johnny. I see you. You're rolling with Ramsey on IG. I'm live on Facebook as well. Appreciate you, brother. So we had the kids as well. They're out of school. We want to be able to get back to a sense of normalcy. So we've got to be able to say, hey, lead with love, act in love, and just come back together. Because we had to deal with so many different things. And our children, can you imagine what they're dealing with? I can only imagine. I have a niece who's 15 getting ready to be 16. She couldn't take driver's ed. And I think she's devastated, but it'll come back around to her. But just to watch her navigate, to be able to watch her to navigate, to take her classes, her virtual classes, her online classes. And she's in high school. But guys, we ask middle school kids to go to school virtually. We ask elementary school kids to go to school virtually. We ask special needs kids to go to school virtually. Now I'm going to tell you, when I finish my MBA, I'm a graduate of Texas A&M University Commerce with a minor in marketing. I'm a proud Lion, Texas A&M Commerce. We're the Lions. I finished online, and I'm telling you, virtually, it was tough for me as an adult to get it in, focus, and get things done that I needed to get done. I can only imagine, what it is like for our kids trying to do it. Voice of Swag on Instagram said, my 17-year-old junior has a has basic, lost her junior. She's a junior, and she lost her junior year of swimming. Exactly. They lost. He was telling me they lost their junior year. Lost their junior year of swimming, and so yeah, they're losing. Basically, he was saying basically lost her junior year of swimming. Okay, I got it. She lost her junior year of swimming, so they're losing everything from athletics to the academic programs, the different, just being able to interact, and all the things that comes with being in school. And guess what? Time stands still for no one. We can't get the time back. We can't get it back. And so it hurts me to my heart. And so I employ everybody, once again, please get the vaccine. Please get it. Please get it. Because I can tell you right now, remember I said it, we're going to continue to move. We're going to continue to move. You're funny. We're going to continue to move through 2021. But it's going to be a minute, guys, before we see some drastic changes. So I'm trying to say, not on the, on the backside of summer, we may recognize some changes, I hope. So think about what I'm talking about. I'm talking about July going into August. Hey, Debbie, I see you, Miss True Blood. Faithful Rolling with Ramsey listener. Thank you so much. Debbie's one of the ones who checked up on me. I'm telling you. Voice of Swagger says they're telling soldiers they have an option. Well, you know what? You're absolutely right. And I would tell you about that. The reason, and I'll speak to that. He was just telling me, he says they're telling soldiers that they have an option of whether not to take it. Because I believe that's the case, because unless they're in a critical job where they're on the front line, like a critical worker, like a nurse, or a doctor or a medic that works in a field hospital, they're going to have to take the vaccine because they're on the front line. They're a frontline worker. But they're not forcing our soldiers to take it because they want to, free will. Free will. But I will speak on this. I got it from firsthand knowledge that the line to get the vaccine on Fort Bragg, North Carolina, is out the door every day and wrapped around the building. So soldiers are getting it. Yes, they have an option. They're not making it mandatory, but soldiers are getting vaccinated. They're being smart about it. They're doing their research. They're listening to their command, who's encouraging them to go to get vaccinated. But they are getting it. Like I said, I don't know if you were on a few minutes ago, I'm good friends with a nurse down in Fort Bragg, and she got vaccinated yesterday. So that's a beauty of it all. Just like everybody here as the United States, just as I'm encouraging, that's true. They're saying because the FDA hasn't made 100% clear. That's true. I think the Pfizer vaccine is, I think the Pfizer vaccine is 95%. They're saying effective. The Moderna vaccine ended up being like 92% effective. So that's 10% of a big number, though. So I think it's going to grow and grow more each day, Kennedy. I think it is. So we'll see. All we can do is continue to encourage people to take it when we can. Like I said, I'm going to be making sure that I take it. I'm going to make sure that I record it live so that I can do it as well. Debbie said, exactly. So you haven't been told you have to. Exactly. So it's still voluntary. Y'all know I'm answering two different places, so y'all bear with me. My sister, Colonel Ramsey, came out of retirement to help. I forgot the general who's the czar. And she is currently helping with the rollout. So I got a little insider trading information. But I do. I heard her on the phone actually today when she was working virtually. They were talking about Toby Hanna. But I can't speak on that. But y'all didn't hear me say that. But It's rolling out. Trust me, it's getting there. It's slowly but surely trickling down. If you need me, hit me up on a direct message, and I can put in a word and let you know some more details. But yeah, Debbie said Lake Nona VA in Orlando uh, has been vaccinating vets since Monday. That is awesome. So the VA has got it as well. So we're just trying to make sure. Already, sir. um, Army Material Commander. Find me a job. Not. I'm retired. You ain't gonna come get me. But Debbie said they've been vaccinating vets since Monday. That is awesome. So all we can do is encourage people to go get the vaccine, and then go from there, and try to, like I said, to get back to a sense of normalcy. And the thing about it is this, and here's what I'll say: the coronavirus doesn't care how much money you make. It doesn't care whether you're black, white, Spanish, Asian. Doesn't matter. Latino, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you come from. Doesn't matter if you're in the United States, Germany, UK, Russia, China. Doesn't matter. So we got to come together and trying to take this thing out and come together so that we can get a handle on it. That's for sure. But I was talking about positive things too. And the vaccine is definitely something positive that happened in 2020. Positive things. I'm still able to breathe. I'm still able to smell the flowers. And God is blessing me each day with another day. And I can appreciate that. I really can. Debbie says, I'm a bit disappointed that about 50% of the residents in my 55 plus community are not getting the vaccine. Conspiracies, false information, all sorts of excuses. And that's why we require facts, Debbie. That's where facts come into play. It is unfortunate that we've had some national leadership that has bought into just not telling the truth, spreading what they know that are just downright lies. And that's what makes me sad more than anything. That's really what hurts, because one of the foundations of our democracy has always been that we should be able to hear the truth and get the truth from our leaders. And we haven't had that for some time now, and that is definitely affecting your community. I'm hoping that if there's some pamphlets or information that is going out, Debbie, that you can get your hands on those and just encourage them. Hey, just read this. Or someone can come in and speak truth and be the voice of reason for them. Because our older community, you're more susceptible. And God forbid, we've lost enough people. We don't need to lose anymore. And the sad thing is that guess what? Guys, I have the news on as I'm talking to you all. And it shows. I think it just said deaths as of today. We've lost just today, so far today, because today is not over. Over 2,000 people have passed away. Deaths so far today, 2,752 people have passed away from the coronavirus. Today. Source is Johns Hopkins University. That's just today. I don't know what to say. My heart goes out to all of their families. Please, just do your research, but make sure you're getting the facts. Make sure your sources that you're getting your research from are credible. Make sure that they're credible. And get the vaccine. First dose on one day, 21 days later, get the second shot when it's available to you. That's the only way we're going to get back to a sense of normalcy. I'm just praying for all the families who have lost loved ones today. We need to come together as a nation once again. You guys don't know, I went to school with the colonel that I was talking with. He may be a general, right? Okay, General Pena. Okay, the colonel I was talking with. Kennedy, you're full bird. You're 06, right? Full bird colonel right now? My friend, we went together at Oak Ridge Military Academy, and he's making it do what it do. And we are definitely, lieutenant colonel. He's a lieutenant colonel, and good friend of mine. His father was an awesome guy. He was my SIA instructor, senior Army instructor at one point in time, and then eventually his father went on to, okay, I see you. He said he's a Terminal 05. That means he's getting ready to retire. I don't blame you. His father is a phenomenal individual, and Frederick Kennedy, and was my SIA instructor, and he was the president. Went on to be the president of Oak Ridge Military Academy for a stint. He acted as the president as well. And make sure you tell your dad I said hello. So I think he's telling me that he's down at the Citadel now. And it's just great leadership, outstanding leadership. I was able to see it at a young age. And when you experience that, it allows you to move and operate in a different manner. It allows you to see things differently. You know, I served for 23 years. I served at every level. I was enlisted. I was a warrant officer, and I retired as a commissioned officer. And I'll tell you, sometimes I wish there was another party. I probably identify more as being an independent, because there's some things where I have some conservative values on. There's some things that I'm middle of the road on, and there's some things that I guess you would say that I'm liberal on. So I kind of look down the middle, and I just kind of see things for the common sense factor, because anytime you get deployed, and my brother knows what I'm talking about, and you get to go to another country and see how they live and how they operate, you don't understand the things that we take for granted here in the United States on a daily basis. Things that we take for granted. Running water. I'll give you all a quick story. Before I became an aviator, after 9/11, I was in the 10th Mountain. I was a part of. I can't bring you in because I won't be able to talk to you, because I'm streaming live in two places. I'm live in Facebook as well as IG. So I'm live. I'm streaming in both places. So I don't want to ignore you, because then if I bring you in and we have a conversation, then the Facebook family won't be able to see it either. So I apologize. But we went to Uzbekistan. I was a part of Task Force 187. That's when they first brought this thing called a task force together, which is something that is normal now. And I was with, guess who I was with? Guess who commanded that task force? Lieutenant Colonel Paul J. LaCamera, my mentor to this day, who's now a multi-star general, was a part of that Task Force 187 out of 10th Mountain. and we went to Uzbekistan first, and I was an air defender at the time. And I will tell you, the crazy thing was, as an air defender, I went out to the airfield, and I was up in the tower in the airfield working with the Uzbeks, working with them and to helping set up an air defense perimeter for their airfield. Now, I know what you're saying. Y'all are telling me that, okay, so you were in a tower where they have airplanes and they have fighter jets and this, that, and the other. And I remember my very first day in that tower. We're up there, and some things, you could tell some things were different, but he was on the radio, and a fighter jet came out to the runway and got ready to take off. And as the fighter jet was taking off, it was a fitter too, or it may have been a fish bed, F-17 fitter or fish bed, but he was taking off. And as he was taking off, I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'd like to use the restroom. Can you tell me where the bathroom is?" And he was like, "Oh, you have to go downstairs and go outside." And I'm thinking, okay, well, I got to go downstairs and I got to go outside. No, I went downstairs and I went outside to a hole in the ground. It had a little, like an outhouse, and it was a hole in the ground that they had done. So think about that situation. I'm watching a multi-million-dollar aircraft take off, but they didn't have running water with a toilet facility. They had an outhouse. And I was like, wow. I was kind of shocked. And man, it wasn't even a tube. It was a hole in the ground. It was crazy right there in Uzbekistan. So the irony of it all. And eventually when I made my way to Bagram Air Base, long before Bagram looks like the way it looks right now, we stayed in an abandoned a building that had been partially destroyed or whatever, but it still had some structure to it that we called Super 8. Now we're in our room, in this room, with a army heater in the middle of this room running off of gas or kerosene with the exhaust going out the window so that we could have heat. I'm telling you guys, I've seen it in Iraq, Afghanistan. I saw it in Bosnia. I saw it in Kosovo. You will learn to appreciate the United States of America and the things that we take for granted. But you want to know what the crazy thing is? The crazy thing is this right here. There are still people right here in the United States right now that don't have running water. They don't have electricity. And they don't know where their next meal is going to come from. Right now. Right now, right here in the United States. Think about that. That's even before the coronavirus. So as we get ready and prepare to go into 2021, I want us to pay it forward if we can. Volunteer. Like I said, if you can put $20 towards somebody's grocery bill when you're in Walmart or Food Lion or H-E-B or Publix, do it. You never know what that $20 may do for them. You have no idea what it may do for them. Encourage them. Say, hey, just when you can, be a blessing to someone else. Be a blessing. My brother, Colonel Kennedy, he told me, he says, I tell my girls this all the time. They're in the top 1% of the world, and they wish they would. I wish they would appreciate all they have. We have to. We have to. I was flying across the Iraqi desert, and we were doing something as simple as dropping a soccer ball out the window to a child waving their hands in the air. Now, you want to know what's crazy? I would ask myself sometimes, like, as I was going, like, okay, how far away, like, man, how far do they have to go to get to the store? In my mind, I'm like, well, man, where's Walmart? hold on, how far they were, or where are they away from the closest, market or whatever, or this, that, and the other. It's just things that we don't think about. And those are the things that I do want us all to remember. So, this has been the Rolling with Ramsey 2020 year-end recap. I went back and went over some different events that have taken place and some of the major things that we're dealing with as we get ready to go into 2021. And as I get ready to close out, all I'm going to say is this. A couple of things. The first is this. We are the United States of America. The United States of America. We've got to come together, and let's try to come together with love. We don't have to agree on everything to be the United States of America. I believe our differences, that's the core of what makes us stronger, and that's okay. But we got to come together with love, and we've got to unite and take care of one another. We do. Pay it forward. Make sure, if you can, to help somebody when they're paying for their groceries. Maybe you're at a fast food restaurant, you pay for the meal. I don't know, but just pay it forward. Do what you can do. Do what you can, if you can, when you can. Be a blessing to someone else. I love all of you all. I want to thank everybody who follows Rolling with Ramsey once again. You can follow me, like the Rolling with Ramsey Facebook page. Follow me on IG, on Instagram. You can subscribe to the Rolling with Ramsey YouTube channel because this video will get uploaded to YouTube before the end of next week. And let me say this real quick before I forget. My guest next week is going to be a phenomenal young lady who created an app to put you in tune with different businesses, African-American owned businesses that you may not have known about that you can support. And I can't wait to have her on next week. You guys will be seeing the promo for that show in the next couple of days. Hey, Debbie, I see you. I love the fact, man. Debbie is so awesome. I waved back at her because she followed me on and she's on IG, watching me live on IG. So I gotta love it. And so that's going to be my guest for next week, and I can't wait to have her on. And you'll see the promo for that. But 2020 has been a year of highs and a year of lows. But it's also been a year that we should all be thankful for. And I'm just going to make it real simple. We should be thankful that we are still here. So if you're able to listen to this podcast, or if you're watching me live, or if you're going to watch this later on IGTV, or if you're going to watch it later on YouTube, be thankful that you're able to do so. I'm thankful. I appreciate you all. I love you all, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And guess what? 2020 is coming to a close, and for the last time in 2020, guess what, y'all? You all are officially rolling with Rams. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And I will see you all in 2021. Here we come. Love you all. We'll talk soon. Peace.